Number 1, part F says, using the context of the problem, explain whether or not the formula z equals 2 to the m power would work for finding the number of thousands of zombies in month m for every single value of m. So, will this always work? Let's revert once again to our table. Take a look at this table. As we get bigger, our number of zombies is going to get bigger too. As we go back in time, our number of zombies is going to get smaller. So let's think about this. In May, there were 1,000 zombies. We've already talked about why in February there were only 125 zombies. Let's use this information and work backwards from there. So the month before February would be January. And in January, there would have been 1/16 of 1,000 zombies. Or in other words, 62.5 zombies. The month before that, December, would have been 1/32 of 1,000 zombies. Or in other words, 31.25 zombies. In November, the month before that, there would have been 1/64 of 1,000 zombies. Or in other words, 15.625 zombies. So these are not numbers measured in thousands. These are the actual numbers of zombies. Let's think about what's happening here. There are 2 reasons why we can say this formula will not always work, right? It won't work for every single value of m. It works for all these ones in the table. The table makes sense. But when I look at numbers with a negative m smaller than -3, I end up looking at 62.5 zombies, 31.25 zombies, 15.625 zombies. First of all, these are fractional numbers of zombies. That doesn't really make sense, although maybe it's approximate. But if I keep going, eventually I'm going to get to less than 1 zombie. Let's look at that. For the month before November, which would have been October, it's going to be half of that previous amount, which would be 7.8125 zombies. If I look at the previous month, September, there would be about 3.9 zombies. The previous month, August, would have been about 1.95 zombies. And the month before that, July, there would have been 0.976 zombies. So if I end up going back in time, I end up with smaller and smaller numbers of zombies to the point where I'm looking at less than 1 zombie in July. This doesn't seem like an accurate growth method, right? So if there's 1 zombie in July, in August, there would probably be more than 2 zombies. All right. So, or maybe not. Maybe that rate of growth stays consistent. However, if we go back before July, this number is going to get smaller and smaller, but it's never going to reach 0, right? So in June, it would be 0.488. And I know that you can't see how I'm getting this. What I'm doing is I'm taking the previous number divided by 2, that same strategy that we used before. So in summary, this equation will not work for every value of n. At some point, the result of the equation, which is the value of z, won't represent a whole number of zombies, and therefore doesn't make sense with this formula. At the same time, if you think about the future, you look far enough into the future, someday the number of zombies would surpass the number of humans on the planet. This would also be impossible.